ways you can find. Glad to see that I could help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
Well, boys and girls, the NFL season is over. Officially. Tonight, the New England Patriots, for the sixth time, is the Super Bowl champion. Hello, everybody. I am Simply Butch, and it's time for another edition of Butch On Sports. Simply Butch, yes, I am, is here. And as always, we thank you for tuning in. Oh, my goodness here. Yep, it took a while, but everything is all over. It is over, but the shouting there. For a long time in this particular game, it was a defensive struggle until the very, very end. And that's when Tom Brady, who won his sixth straight championship, finally got hot and hit some receivers. The main receiver he hit was Mr. Gronkowski here for an 18-yarder, then another 29-yarder to put the Pats on the goal line. Sony Michel run the ball in for a 2-yard touchdown. And there it is. The football champions are the New England Patriots once again, 6 times. Anybody bet against this guy, Tom Brady? I don't know, but it's more than Tom Brady in this particular one, as you saw on the television, or maybe listen to him on the radio, that a defense that is not talked about a whole heck of a lot for the New England Patriots showed up and played excellent football. It was along with the LA Rams. Of course, they didn't put no scores on the scoreboard, and again, when that defense had to turn it out, they turned it out very, very well there and did their job and took care of business. Took care of business indeed there. Again, the NFL football season is over. We can hear all kind of hoopla after the fact for about a week to 10 days until the new league come about. We'll get to that in a moment. They all had all these other functions down there in Atlanta, Georgia, like the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'll name the particulars there: tight end Tony Gonzalez, cornerback Champ Bailey, safety Ed Reed, center Kevin Maywalk, cornerback Ty Law, safety Johnny Robinson. Johnny Robinson was a person I used to watch when he was playing with the AFL, the American Football League. He was a star for the Dallas Texans, then the Kansas City Chiefs there. Spent most of his career there. He was something special there as a defensive back with 57 interceptions, snagging the league, a total of 10 on a couple occasions there. Vice President Gil Brandt, when you didn't know who he was the mainstay of the Dallas Cowboys for so many years. And under the coach watchful eye, Tom Landry, Brian oversaw the drafting of 8 Hall of Fame players in his career. He's now with NFL.com, and he was enshrined in the Cowboys Ring of Honor little pass this year there. So, and also Pat Bowlen, the late Pat Bowlen, under his ownership, had back-to-back Super Bowl wins as owning the Denver Broncos. Bolin also made many committees. He was very instrumental and always in the league's television deals, where they made a whole heck of a lot of money and then some. Those were the new members of the National Football League Hall of Fame there. And this was just a. They also gave some awards out, of course. I won't be amiss to maybe mention those. The newest football members and all this other stuff there. Most valuable players was Pat Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. Coach of the Year, Matt Nagy with the Chicago Bears. Comeback Player of the Year, of course, was Andrew Luck of the Indianapolis Colts. Offensive Player of the Year, of course, is Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald of the Los Angeles Rams. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Darius Leonard of the Indianapolis Colts. Assistant, I didn't know this, they had Assistant Coach of the Year, Ed Fangori of the Denver Broncos was that particular individual there. The Art Rooney Sportsman Award goes to Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints. The Walter Payton Man of the Year Award was Chris Long of the Philadelphia Eagles. The Deacon Jones Award, Aaron Donald of the Rams. The FedEx Air Player of the Year was Patrick Mahomes again. The FedEx Ground Player of the Year was Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants. The Salute to Service Award presented by USAA was Ben Garland of the Atlanta Falcons. The Bridgestone Clutch Performer Player of the Year was the Miami Miracle. And I kind of missed that particular, but maybe a certain play that kind of got them that particular. The Courtyard Unstoppable Performance was Jared Goff of the Los Angeles Rams. The Ford Bill Tough Offensive Line Year was the offensive line of the Los Angeles Rams. The Don Sheila NFL High School Coach of the Year, I didn't know they did this either, was Gabe Fonte of St. Joseph School, preparatory school, celebrating that particular award. They had some choreographic awards for the they gave away. The moment of the year was the return of Aaron Rodgers, and Shaquan Griffin also was a game changer for award there. Indeed, he played for the Seattle Seahawks there. Of course, the Hall of Famers who I mentioned earlier, they'll be getting a huge enlightening because they're now constructing on the Johnson Control Hall of Fame Village a $889 million development that includes 10 main components that are underway at Canton to transfer the Hall of Fame campus. That means they can get some more stuff in, spread some things out, maybe have some rides, I don't know, maybe a swimming pool, a water hole or something. They're investing a whole hell of a lot of money there. And I mentioned football. For you ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The Alliance of American Football League is going to be starting on the 7th of February. Of course, the NFL announced that the NFL Network will be had a multi-year deal that will include some live events covering the Alliance inaugural season. The NFL Network will begin with their coverage of the Alliance with these Salt Lake Stallions versus the Arizona Hotshots on Sunday, February the 10th at 8 o'clock. There are 8 city stadiums in this particular league. I will name them for you. The Orlando Apollos. They'll be playing at Spectrum Stadium. Steve Spurrier is their coach. The Atlanta Legends, they'll be playing at Georgia State Stadium. Kevin Cole will be their coach. The Memphis Express at the Liberty Bowl, they'll be playing their games. Mike Singletary will be their coach. Of course, I just mentioned the Salt Lake Stallions at Rice Echo Stadium. Derek Erickson will be their coach. the Arizona Hotshots. They'll be playing at Sun Devil Stadium. Rick Neuheisel will be the coach there. The San Diego Fleet will be playing in San Diego County Credit Union Stadium. Mike Martz will be the particular coach for that particular team. The Birmingham Iron at Legion Field Stadium. Tim Lewis will be the coach for them. And also, I give mention to the San Antonio Commanders. They'll be playing at the Alamo Dome. Mike Rowley will be the coach of that particular team. So you got your lineup of those particular teams that's going to be participating in this league. That's going to start as soon as next week, boys and girls there. Ex-Cowboy quarterback Wade Wilson, he passed away this weekend. Wade Wilson spent 18 years of the league as a quarterback and another 17 years as a coach. Died in his home in Texas. He played in the 1988 Pro Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys. Again, Wade Wilson dead at the age of 60 years old. Now, I will maybe go over some leftovers. Well, I got a little bit of time here. Detroit Red Wings won their game last night there in a first shutout of the season. Bernier took care of business in Ottawa. Red Wings winning by a score of 2-0. But nothing overcomes a rear end kicking like the Detroit Pistons took at home on Saturday night that insulted everyone's dignity and components. Every last bit of it there. Lou Williams came off the bench. He scored 39 points. He dished out 9 assists. And the Los Angeles Clippers, they rallied from 25 points to beat up on the Detroit Pistons by a final score of 110-101 on Saturday night. The Pistons had as many as led as 25 points. 25 points in the game. And by golly, they lose their mind. Period. Lost their mind. And let the Clippers get back in the game. I mean, you can't, and it was very obvious that after 30 minutes of play, the Pistons seemed like they were no good to nobody. And it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing indeed and instead of the coach saying, well, I hope they, wait a minute. I apologize for these fine players here who embarrassed the metropolitan Detroit area with their presence, who paid money. They were giving away tickets for this particular game from StubHub for as little as $4. Yes, you did heard me right, boys and girls. $4. That's how the Pistons are coming up out of this BS here. This is sad. It is very sad. They play Denver tomorrow in the presence of everybody on Monday at Little Caesars Arena. But you know what? The management, if they're trying to tank something and trying to get a draft choice or whatever they're trying to do right now here, I don't know. Again, you got I've already given my feelings on the Detroit Pistons and how I feel. Again, they have no connection with the Detroit past at all. It's always bringing in some fluke from somebody from out of town. We don't look at those past Pistons of past who can maybe give some light to the identity of the Detroit Pistons, a Bill Laimbeer, a Vinnie Johnson, Buda Edwards, Isaiah Thomas, Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince. List goes on and on and on. The Pistons giving away some good players. Chris Middleton was a Piston. Dinwiddie was a Piston. They've all gone to all-star status. Jonas Jerebko, a Piston. I mean, come on, how many flips are you going to make before you finally get it right that you don't have the team? The fault I have with the Pistons is that, you know what, and I watched this game today, the football game with the Patriots and the Rams, Both teams went out there and participated in playing defense. And if you can't do anything else, that may not be a given that you score any points. Although I think it's overrated that you stand out there and shoot a 3-pointer and shoot the ball 10 times and only make 2. I think that clown will have to learn how to shoot a 2-pointer first before I go up there getting comfortable on the 3-pointer. You don't have proficient shooters at all, and that's a big fat joke. The Pistons, for when they won championship, have been a good perimeter team. Now those inside people can come in there and do some damage. Bill Laimbeer was a center, but one of the best perimeter shooters of all time in the NBA for a big man. Terry Mills is another one I'll name. The list goes on and on and on and on. And for the Pistons to go out there and be, I don't know, a bunch of bums and make excuses, you can't run away from that. They all should be embarrassed and should pay everybody their money back. I did mention the Red Wings winning in the afternoon, early afternoon or early evening, I should say, on Saturday night. Again, I mentioned Jonathan Bernier got 35 shots in the first shutout of the season for the Detroit Red Wings, defeating the Ottawa Senators by a score of 2-0 on Saturday night. The Kaiser Helm scored for the Red Wings, 39 seconds apiece. The Red Wings, who have won their third straight game, have improved to 5-2 in their last 7 games. And by the way, the Red Wings will be without their best player for about 2 or 3 weeks here. Dylan Larkins suffered a strained oblique during the overtime game on Friday night's 3-2 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ken Holland giving that news to us media people just the other day in that regards there too. So they're going to have to do without Dylan for a little bit of a spell, and we'll find out who steps up for the Red Wings and get it together and keep the good things going. Luke Witkowski was the only reserve they had left, so they're not going to put Larkins on the injury reserve list. They're just going to let him miss some time here. Tyler Bertuzzi has missed some time the weekend game because of upper body injuries there. Michael Rasmussen, he'll be back Thursday as he completes a 3-game conditioning stint up in Grand Rapids. But he'll be fine, and he'll be back on Thursday when the Red Wings again don the ice there. Some games happened the other doggone day where Michigan lost their game on Friday night to Iowa. Luka Garza. I'll never forget that name there. And of course, Michigan State having an opportunity to tie Michigan for first place, lose to a team who has lost 7 games in a row, the Indiana Hoosiers. Michigan State, I'm just so sorry. They look so bad. They did. They look very bad. Very bad indeed. I can't, I don't want to lie about it, but there you have it. There you have it indeed. University of Detroit, losers yesterday in their game against Youngstown, Ohio, another poor team. The Titans are now 5-4 in the Horizon League, but they got to get it better, quick, fast, in a hurry there. They're going to be some type of threat to get in the NCAA. Other than that, Mike Davis' son is having a real good year. Real good year, I say. Hammering it up, scoring for the Titans. If he come on out, that'll be on his prerogative, not mine. Not mine at all. I'm just saying. So, expect Michigan and Michigan State to go down in the so-called standings that really I care really less about, because both of these particular teams are going to participate in playoffs, and hopefully they both get in the NCAA. Haven't got that rubbish yet there. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday broadcast of goodies. I failed to mention, you know what? Failed to mention this here last week. We had a show on Thursday, but I mention it now here. We'll now be able to pay some attention to our young kids here, because basketball season and March Madness is less than maybe 20-something days away. To see our boys and girls play basketball for the best in the state, it's going to be something special here. But it's not far from out of the way yet. And some other sports indeed that the kids are taking part in, was ice skating, bowling, etc. Get out there and support those kids. Please get out and support our children. They could be doing a whole lot of things they got no business doing. Get out there and support them. If it's high school, middle school, elementary, recreational, please get out there and support those kids. Really. So it means a whole heck of a lot. Whole heck of a lot indeed. Well, this week we saw some some weather, or we felt some weather, I should say. 40 degrees. Wind chill factor below zero. That is something that I'm not going to squawk on. But it was there. And today, Sunday, we had a high temperature of 53 degrees. Ain't that something? It's going to go away pretty soon, boys and girls. So, hey, get used to that. Get used to that indeed. Big week for me, yours truly. I'm going to be checking out a whole heck of a lot of things for these playoffs, ramifications here. We'll keep you informed of all that. No, it's no game next tomorrow. But I will be back on Tuesday for another edition of Butch On Sports here that gets you all caught up with the things that you should be caught up with. Check out Butch On Sports on Facebook. Butch On Sports on Facebook. Give me a like on Facebook. Or go to Powermatic.com. SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.Powermatic.com. The game show, Scott Nason's extravaganza. You can go to that particular site there. And also Scott Nason on YouTube, where I was able to watch this afternoon during halftime, instead of this nice little show that somebody said was good, but I don't care for it. And I watch wrestling. So I'm a square. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. Check you out Tuesday, boys and girls. Please stay safe. If you're too drunk to go to work tomorrow, stay home.